Hey, I'm Ryan. I'm here with Paranormal After Dark, Pennsylvania side, I guess, because you guys have PA on there. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and we'll get in straight from there.
Thanks for having us. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christine.
And I'm Julie.
So, is there another Paranormal After Dark? That's why you guys had to put PA or just wanted to say PA?
I don't know if there's another Paranormal After Dark. I think there's Paranormal After Dark and then something after it that I
Okay.
came across. But we decided to put Pennsylvania at the end just so people know like where we are and that kind of thing. So that's why we decided to put Pennsylvania at the end.
Just let you know your Facebook page, though, when you click on where you're from and hit the map, it goes to Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh,
There's a reason for that. So we're near Morgantown, Pennsylvania, and it constantly gets mixed up. So we'll change that. Yes, no, we are in Pennsylvania.
Telling us, yeah.
Well, it's just like, wait, it's Pennsylvania, but they're in West Virginia. I mean, it's close, but
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a Morgantown,
Morgantown.
Pennsylvania, or
yeah.
West Virginia, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are pretty far east in Pennsylvania, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So what hot spots out there would you consider? I mean, everybody has like their one go-to. Is there any
The
like go-to?
popular, well-known ones, we're about like 2 hours away from Gettysburg. Penhurst is like 35, 40 minutes from me. What else?
The one that we investigate at regularly is St. Peter's Village near Pottstown, Pennsylvania. That's kind of one of our go-to spots that
Less
not a lot
known
of people
about,
know
too.
about. So it's
Yeah.
there's a lot there. There was a Civil War hospital there, recovery hospital. There was a quarry there at one point. So there's a lot of different cool historic aspects.
So like Civil War Hospital, have you guys investigated that?
Yes.
Because it's an inn now, yeah.
It's a restaurant and an inn. We've been up to what is known as the Stone Room and have had some stuff up there. And I've stayed in the Stone Room before and have had some experiences overnight. So it's a very active location. We pretty much always get something when we head out that way.
Yeah, it kind of seems like Civil War is always the start of it, I guess you want to say. 'Cause you have like Trans-Allegheny started off Civil War.
Right.
Madison Seminary up by me was Civil War. So it's always seems like that's where it starts, then it grows from there.
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of Native American activity as well in different locations here. Like Ridgewood, they have Native Americans. It's historically documented that they're connected to that property. And then up by St. Peter's Village, also Native Americans. So I feel like that kind of brings another aspect to the activity as well. So what about you, Julie? Do you have any spots that you...
Agreed. Well, I would say I run into a lot of Native American protections that are not necessarily like ghosts, but they do give us information and lights, and they don't always want to communicate, but they want to mess with stuff. And actually, a lot of Revolutionary era also.
Mhm.
Mostly, I'm running into things in people's homes lately, um, but I like to hang out at the haunted winery. So
Yes, we do.
That's our main haunt.
Because it's haunted, or is it because it's a winery? I mean,
oh yes, both.
Oh,
both.
yeah, Ridgewood Winery. The owner has us do events there. We do them
Okay.
like every other month. So they know us there well. The spirits know us there, and so do the people that work there. So
No, that's cool. So, is there like one spot that sticks out that you just love doing or want to go back?
I mean, I loved Gettysburg. I have only been there once. I'm not a native to Pennsylvania, so I've only been here a little over 3 years. But just from like the time I was there in Gettysburg, it was raining a lot, so I couldn't do like a lot of EVP sessions or anything like that because we were outside and we were doing like Sachs Bridge and stuff like that. But I got a clip. My friend was running her phone like video, and I was turning onto this road, and I said, I think I just saw a light in the corner of my eye, like when I was turning, because I was driving. And she was running her phone and I didn't know she was taking video. But later on, when she got home, she's like, look at this clip. And she like slowed it down. And I mean, I'll let you guys decide what it looks like. But I even had a guy who specializes in guns and he looked at it and he's like, that looks like a musket going off, like the fire and everything coming out of it. And that was in the middle of the night. You're not allowed to be out in the field, in the battlefield. You'll get arrested. There was no cars out there. It was literally the middle of the battlefield. So it was really cool.
That's cool. So there's 5 people on here. If anybody, Alicia, I don't want to say her. Panzacero.
Hi, Alicia.
I'm pretty sure her last name is Ferry.
Ferry, yeah.
Yeah.
So she says, hey, ladies. So
hey, Alicia's been joining us a lot. We're trying to talk her into joining our group. She's still kind of feeling it out, whether or not she wants to join us or not. So
let's go, Alicia. Come on. No, I mean, we'll get into some generic questions. So, Christine, what got you into the paranormal?
Early life experiences. My grandparents' house, I had an experience when I was about 4 years old. I was using the restroom one day. It's an old dirt road farmhouse. It was torn down last year, unfortunately. And I was washing my hands and a gentleman stepped behind me in the mirror. He was wearing a dark shirt and overalls. And I turned around and he wasn't there and I never saw him again. And then I also grew up initially in a haunted house with a grumpy older gentleman that I would have my little recorder, my little school bus tape recorder that they had in the early 90s, and would record myself and play it back and he would be talking to me. So it just kind of fell into my lap and gained interest over the years and started investigating and eventually met Kristen and Julie.
And then I'm like, hey, let's start again.
That's how it starts, right? I mean,
yeah.
Usually.
So, Kristen, what got you into it?
So I always believed in spirits. I lived in a haunted house when I was a kid. Same story. But what perked my interest, where I was like almost borderline obsessed with going like every weekend paranormal investigating. My husband was in the military. We were stationed in Charleston, South Carolina, and so I went on a haunted ghost tour, and we were in a cemetery, which I don't believe all cemeteries are haunted. I believe something has to happen there. The graves have to be messed with, disturbed, something like that. But anyway, this cemetery at Circular Congregational Church is known for being haunted. It was weird because there were a bunch of cute little kittens in the cemetery, and right when the sun started going down and it was dusk, they all left. They're like, peace out, we're out of here. So I got a new camera and I was just kind of being cocky, and I'm like, okay, ghosts, I got a new camera. If you're here, show yourselves. So I just started taking pictures. And I got some wild pictures. Like the first one is a weird mist, just like floating in the middle of my photo. And then I like just going like this. And then it develops into what looks like legs. And then it looks like a shadow figure. And then over here, it looks like a head coming out of the ground. It was just like crazy. So after that, I was like, what the heck is happening? Like, I need more of this. Like, this is crazy. So most people run away from stuff like that. And I ran towards it. And I was like, I need more. So I started going every weekend, and then my friends got tired of going with me because I wasn't going to drive around South Carolina by myself investigating. Not because I was scared, just I'm scared of people, not spirits. And so then I ended up joining a really awesome group in South Carolina that's pretty well known. Not that that matters, but they became like my family. And they're called South Carolina Paranormal Research and Investigations. And they're also now they're part of the TAPS team, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Like you get registered with them or something.
Yeah, you can register with them.
But some of the investigators from that group we're still like family, and they come and visit me. And we actually went to Penhurst, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Julie, what about you?
So I never wanted to hunt a ghost ever. I grew up in a haunted house until I was 12, like very haunted. Had crazy anxiety because of it. And when we moved away, I didn't really have many experiences after that. But I am very sensitive, and I developed some psychic and tarot reading kinds of things. But before COVID, I had an experience where I was, I don't know, I went into a trance and some words came out of my mouth, which was a message to my daughter. And when that happened, I felt like, oh, I better figure this out because I don't want that happening just anywhere, you know? So I went to develop my mediumship and had a very negative experience with a attachment. Um, and from there, I somehow got a job hunting ghosts. So since then, I see it differently, but I feel like they hunt me more than I hunt them.
I
And I
mean,
do love learning about the evidential part of it, and it's teaching me so much about my mediumship
I mean,
and what
I'm,
else
I'm
is
not,
out there.
I'm not a medium psychic or even really a sensitive, but I mean, I'm talking to a lot of people. It is something you have to work at. I mean, you have to like hone your senses. You gotta know when to turn it off and turn it on. I mean, that's what I'm getting from a lot of people. So,
True.
so is she the only medium sensitive of the group, or
I'll get things sometimes, but they're not consistent. I will get visuals and things sometimes, but yeah.
And I normally just feel the spirits, like they touch me and stuff. When I'm heading to an investigation, I open myself up for experiences and I tell them, hey, like I'm open to touching and talking and showing yourself, but let's keep it on a positive note kind of thing.
yeah,
And I did that last time when I was driving and I felt something touch my hand. Like it's kind of like a weird, like almost like an ice cube, like zap. It's hard to tell. And sometimes it feels like cobwebs. But obviously that's something hard to like prove, right? I can't like prove that it's happening to me. So it's just one of those things. So
yeah, that's always been a big topic. Proving that you are a sensitive
right.
or medium, and I mean, there's a lot out there right now that just say they're mediums and psychics with no proof. So,
I mean, I don't think I'm a medium or psychic. I don't
yeah,
see dead people. They don't
but,
talk to me. I mean,
yeah,
I had one whistle in my ear. That was wild. And then we got an EVP saying, yeah, when I said something just whistled in my ear. But I mean, they don't like show themselves to me usually. I don't see like full on apparitions or anything like that. But it was interesting. We were at Brand New Wine Battlefield and we were doing kind of like we were just all closing our eyes and I said something just touched me, and then what were you hearing them say?
So before she said that, what had happened was the energy was starting to shift. Things were starting to kind of die down a little bit, wasn't happening as much. So I was like, why don't we close our eyes for a minute and just go into a meditative state and see if things switch up a little bit, Sometimes you just try different things. And we were sitting there for a minute and I could see 3 soldiers come forward. There was one on the left and 2 on the right. And one of the 2 on the right said, should we touch her? And about 3 seconds later, it touched Kristen. And she said that. And I whipped to the right and I was like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? Because this is what
Yeah.
I just heard.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, good experiences. I mean,
Absolutely.
everybody's so far out there just trying to get evidence that we forget that we're our best tool.
Right.
Absolutely.
Before Facebook, I mean, I've been doing this 20 years. So before Facebook and everything else, you just had
Yeah.
your stories. And honestly, like, especially 20 years ago, people are like, yeah, right, whatever, but it was true. I mean, you're not going to make stuff up. I mean, we're not here to,
No, I
No.
refuse to.
yeah. And a lot of the groups, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, when I invite groups on, I, do their Facebook page, I go through their YouTubes. If they see legit and they actually have stuff on their page, it's unbelievable how many people don't have stuff on their page. It's just all memes and give me followers with nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't invite those people. I mean, we're here to investigate. I'm not here to get
Right.
famous. I'm not here to get 5,000 followers. I'm here to do this. So,
Right.
and you
Absolutely.
guys had a good amount of stuff on your page, and Pennsylvania, right?
Trying. We just started in January, so we're trying.
No,
Yeah.
you guys are putting stuff out. I mean,
But we appreciate that. That's a compliment. Thank you.
it's great because, you have memes on there. I don't really do those because I don't know where to find those things besides stealing it from other people, which I try not to do.
She just uses an AI app, just
I
comes
make
up with
different
stuff.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but you guys have stuff out there and that's what I look for. So many people don't do that. They just like, I want followers. I'm like, well, do something,
Well, and I think making more connections with more people in the paranormal field, we would like to collaborate with more groups eventually. So it's a good way for us to network and work with other groups and kind of figure out what they're about too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've honestly been blown away and like so excited about all the other paranormal groups on here that are so supportive. It's been great. We just started being active on Facebook, honestly, like a month or two ago, and it's been like amazing. Like most other paranormal groups are very supportive, and we really appreciate that. So,
yeah, I mean, it's great because
yeah,
I have a group of 7, but one's in Toledo. We all have families, and I said my work is terrible, and I work with 2 or 3 guys that work with me, and just getting time off is hard. So right now, like I'm going into Mass and Seminary with RC Paranormal coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Grand Midway with Verona Ghost Chasers.
nice.
Then we're doing Shanley Hotel in November. Us and Verona Ghost Chasers.
I love the Shanley.
We want to do that next year.
Love the Shanley.
I haven't been there. I watched a live.
Oh,
Verona did a live one time, and I was just like, I have to go there. I was just drawn to it. Like,
that's a treat.
it's a 7-hour drive, but whatever, we'll do it. So
It's worth
it. Definitely worth it.
now you got.
That's where Spirit wanted to spoon with me. Yeah.
Now you have to tell the story.
Yeah.
Beware of the spooning ghost, Ryan. But I think he likes women, not men. So I think you're in the clear.
Yeah. I slept in the gentleman's quarters with and there's like 5 beds in there. It's a big space. They used to gamble in there. And I was with 2 other staff, and one of the staff is well known to the Shanley. She used to volunteer there for years. And the spirits are like, oh, there's Pam. And they get in line, right? And then she left. And the next night, I'm trying to sleep, and every time I lay on my side, there's this cold chill down my back, right? And one thing that happens is I get songs in the middle of the night that give me messages, and that one was, I always feel like someone's watching me. I just keep hearing those words, and oh my God, I could not sleep. I couldn't lay down. They kept bouncing my feet like Tigger might, how Tigger would bounce people, right?
Yeah.
From Winnie the Pooh. They'd bounce on the bed and my feet would fly up, right? So then I went back with my husband, and we stayed in that room in that bed, and they made him so uncomfortable he left and went to another bed.
He just left you there. He's like, bye.
He left so spirit could spoon again. So don't count on sleeping a whole lot.
I honestly, I don't sleep during investigations. I'll drive 7 hours, do investigation, and drive 7 hours back.
Yeah, there's not much sleeping,
No,
but there's so much fun. My daughter played hide and seek with the ghost there, right? My daughter was 12 or 13, and so she lost, of course, and the ghost stole her pants. Her pants never showed up. So yeah, stole her pants, her favorite sweatpants. She's like,
They're like, I like these. These are mine.
yeah, these are mine now. Thanks. Because why would you play hide and seek with a ghost?
Yeah.
I still can't find any of my earbuds. I'm missing 4 pairs now. I bought a new pair. I'm not crazy. I literally had they come in, they're the wireless ones. They come in the little charger box. I had the new one sitting there, and then I laid my new ones on the counter, and I take the charger box and I turn, and they're gone. And I'm like, okay, there goes another pair of earbuds. I can't find them anywhere. I've looked everywhere.
They'll show back up.
I know. They'll be like, okay, you can have these back now. Thanks.
My daughter loses hers all the time, but
I'm missing 4 pairs now. So
yeah, well, they're all together.
They are probably.
Yeah.
I'll find them one day, like and I'll be like, that's weird, you know?
Well, equipment wise, what's your go-to? Like, there's so much new equipment out there. I mean, everybody's using everything now. So
This is a
like,
hard one for me because I like a
you
lot
can
of
only take one. You can only have one. Sorry. One piece of equipment. I'm sending you to Benhurst. I'm going to give you your phone and one piece of equipment. And maybe a
Oh, I
flash.
get my phone too?
Yeah, it has a flashlight on
The
it. So.
phone is an equipment, is part of. So I would
Well,
definitely say my
I don't believe in apps. So
yeah, but you can use the video, you can use the
yeah, that's why I'm giving that to you. I'm giving you a video.
Yeah.
okay. I can live with that. So then
Yeah.
probably the flashlight. I'm old school. I like doing flashlight sessions.
Okay.
And that's how I started. So probably just my flashlight and my phone.
There you go.
I'm really favoring my Spirit Box 7 right now. We've been doing a lot of successful ST sessions at Ridgewood, so that's been my go-to.
Okay, so is it SDs or Estes?
I don't know. Spirit Box session, we'll call it.
I just heard SDs the other day, so I was just wondering.
Siri, is it Estes method or
Estes.
Estes?
All right, Julie, you have a phone and
Oh
one piece of
Lord.
equipment.
So my phone is probably the only thing I really use regularly. I use a pendulum, but the equipment generally doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work as it's supposed to. I have a spirit box, but it will just send off that blaring alarm forever until I take the batteries out. So I love when other people have equipment where the voices come through. Because I feel a different connection that way, if that makes sense. And I can hear out loud the voices that I'm hearing in my head. But the electricity just kind of doesn't want to play with me. So,
All right, Kristen, your mom is on.
Hi, Mom.
Sharon? There.
Yep.
I said, Sharon, hi, Ryan. This is Kristen's mom. I'm like, who's
Oh,
Kristen? Like, trying to think of all the Kristens I know. Then I look up. I'm like, oh, there we go. No,
She asked
so
a question or she's just introducing herself.
just saying she's on.
Hi, Mom.
So ask a question. No, I'm sure she has plenty.
My mom is a big believer in the paranormal. She's had a lot of things happen to her when she was younger, and when we lived in a haunted house, it literally like attacked her. So she got hit in the back of the head with a door that was off its hinges, and there was no wind, no windows to like blow it off the wall. So something like bam right in the back of the head, and she almost like passed out. So
Yeah, my parents weren't. My dad's interested in everything I do, but my mom passed a few years ago. She believed in it. Both of them believe in it. They just never really investigated.
yeah.
So I mean, but my dad always asks, what happened and everything like that. And I'm like, watch my YouTube channel. Like, you want to know?
Yeah,
See?
my dad passed away too about 8 years ago, but he was very, very religious, and so he did not believe that we should be even
Doing
like
it. Yeah,
searching them out or anything like that. So
that's a huge topic too. We had that the other day with the Southern Ohio Paranormal Society. The one guy is very religious on their team, and again, it could go either way when religion is a factor into it. Some believe don't mess with it. Some believe it's okay. Majority don't mess with it.
yeah.
Do you want me to repeat that, Sharon?
Do I even want to know what she said? Probably not.
I kind of want to say it, but if she says repeat it, then I don't want to repeat it. That's fine.
My mom's gonna end up being like the star of the podcast.
No, I mean, so you guys done Gettysburg, she said go for it. She said he was an ass. That's all she said. So
Definitely can see why she has that opinion of my dad. So
I'm gonna lose my train of thought here. So you guys do Eastern Pennsylvania, Little New York because of Shanley's up there, Gettysburg. Have you guys traveled any farther? Like, where's the farthest place you've been?
should I start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've investigated all over. I'm from California. I lived in Arizona for 8 years. And then I was in South Carolina. So I've investigated all over. But within our group, we obviously just started out, but we're open to investigating how far?
I mean, we've talked
Like
about down
6
to
hours,
Maryland,
Buffalo, New
yeah,
York.
Delaware, New Jersey. Like those are kind of the areas.
We'll come
that
to Ohio and investigate with you, you know? Like
Yeah,
there's no limits.
What's
So,
more haunted, Pennsylvania or Ohio?
I don't know.
I think they're both pretty haunted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly think you can go anywhere. You can go to a location that's not haunted and you can manifest and have something
Oh
come
yeah.
to you.
Mhm.
Like I did it, I proved it to Alicia's daughter, actually. I'm like, we went in, we ate at this random restaurant that's not known to be haunted or anything. It's just just a restaurant. And we went out and there was like a picnic table outside and we had the cat ball lighting up, like whatever it was, really liked playing with the cat ball because I'm like, okay, can you turn it off now for like a second? And then it
Still
would
going.
turn it off for a second and then turn it right back on. And it was like staying on. So, along with other things, we had the dowsing rods and
The
the
flashlight.
flashlight and everything. But
Mhm.
I feel like there's so many haunted places and there's places that are haunted that we don't even know about, you know, where someone passed away or something traumatic happened. But I don't know. I don't think any state is like the most haunted. I think there's hauntings and spirits everywhere is
Oh,
my belief. So my
yeah.
thought.
We talked about the Ross houses in Ohio. It's haunted, but it's a lot of different spirits from all over the town.
Mhm.
And I think it's just because you can run it out. People are going there asking questions. I think spirits are coming in because they want their story out too. So you can go anywhere. If you ask enough questions, then they're going to start, I want my story out too. So they're going to come in.
Absolutely.
My brother's on and Lindsay is on. What's up, Lindsay? Derek.
I don't know his name.
Derek. Derek is my older brother. He's in Indianapolis, and he's kind of always wanted to do this stuff. And he's kind of like he hates heights, but he jumped out of a plane type person, So
Yeah. You won't see me jumping on a plane, but I'm not afraid of heights.
I don't even want to go on a plane. I gotta go next Tuesday, so I'm not happy about it. But I'll do it. So, anyways, I took him to Bill Manor. We had this outage and just a lot of people, a lot of hours, and I just wanted to get away for a little bit. So I rented Bill Manor out, and I was just going to do a solo all night by myself there. And everybody was like, "You can't do that. What if something happens?" I'm like, "Well, I'll be on Facebook Live," which I probably wouldn't be anyways.
This is how I died by myself.
So if something happens, send help. You know where I'm at. But it splits in between Indianapolis and me, so I invited him. And I tell you what, it was fun. I mean, we had a good time. I don't know how to explain him. I don't want to say dramatic. Give a word, Derek. You're I don't want to say scared either, but we had a lot of activity toward the end in the second floor, and I have it on video. It's on my YouTube.
Nice.
It's
Yeah, watch it.
like we had the EMF rope behind me. I was doing a Estes method, and he asked if someone was behind me, and the rope went off.
Nice.
Then we had a cat ball in the bedroom across from him, and that was going off too.
It was a party.
For real.
Yeah, and he felt alone because I was blindfolded.
Right.
And he was like, I had nowhere to go. I was trapped. He wanted to run, I think. I mean, I really expected to lift the blindfold and he was out that front door in his car driving back to Indianapolis. But no, it was great. He did a good job. Then we went back a few weeks ago, took some other people. It was fun.
Yeah.
So he's getting into it a little bit.
Paranormal investigating isn't for everyone, that's for sure.
Oh, no, it's not. But he had fun, and
that's good.
I think he wants to do some more. So we'll do some more sometime.
Keep
But
going, dude.
I just got one of the music boxes, and it plays Amazing Grace when it's triggered. So I'm excited to use that.
Oh, that's very
if it
nice.
Next, so
Is that motion sensor then?
Mm.
yeah. I think it has motion sensor and EMF in it.
EMF and EMF. Oh, that's nice. You have to email me. You have to email me where you got that.
Yeah, I found it on Etsy. They make them like, and you can pick which kind you want and what song you want it to play when it turns on. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That
Yeah,
is
we just
cool.
got a dead bell, and it's been
Yeah, I want a dead bell. I want all the things, don't we all, right?
dead bell's cool. We bought the cheaper one. It's on Amazon.
Mm.
How's that?
Didn't really work in the beginning. They put some pieces parts backwards, and luckily I'm decent with that stuff.
Mm.
So I took it apart, and it works great. It is loud, like when it hits, you're gonna jump a little bit. So
Ding.
and it worked good because I mean, there's places it did not go off at all.
Mhm.
And there's places like we asked questions and it was nonstop. So and it's rechargeable, which is nice.
We gotta
Nice.
get one. It's on the list. It's like top 3 on our list right now.
Yeah, we have a lot of different things that we want to get. So
Yeah. So I mean, most of them are pretty expensive, and you know, you've been doing this for a while. It's the equipment gets more and more inexpensive. I mean, that's
Yep.
Ghost hunting is, I'm sorry, ghost investigation, whatever one people call it nowadays, gets expensive. I mean, that's what it is. We're not here for money. We're here for fun. So
yep.
you
Absolutely.
get
It's
some
not a
answers.
hobby at all.
It's
That's
a
for
love.
sure.
It's you do it for the love of it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hobby, right? I mean, that's why we do it. I mean, I love the history. That's why I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no problem going to like Trans-Allegheny or Ohio Reformatory and not get anything, because just being in those places are awesome. So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Agreed.
I went on a tour in St. Augustine, and it was funny. The people were like, if you weren't here, we would have just left. Like, you made this tour. Because I was like, I like had some of my equipment, and I was like, just like messing around. It was pretty funny. But I would have just enjoyed being there because it's, a historical place. So I'm the same way.
you have to be a little bit. So
Absolutely.
we'll get into a bucket list. Anywhere in the world.
Go ahead. No,
Okay.
I'm trying to think about how to pronounce his name because I'm probably going to butcher it. You can go first.
So my bucket list place at this point in time is Salem. My 8th great grandmother was Martha Carrier, who was one of the victims of the Salem witch trials. My 7th great grandmother was her daughter Sarah Carrier, who was the 2nd youngest person held in the jails and one of the last living people of the Salem witch trials to pass. So there's a lot of family personal reasons I would like to get up there, and there's reports of John Proctor had witnessed my grandmother Sarah being tortured into confessing against my 8th great grandmother. So that's a really big one on my list right now.
That'd be cool.
I want to go to Europe and do all the cool places, but my number one would be Romania and the Impaler. How do you say
Oh
his name?
yeah, I know who you're talking
He
about.
put
Vlad the
his
Impaler.
enemies' heads on stakes outside of the
Yeah.
castle, like on
Yep.
display. Like, that's gnarly, and I bet you that place is so haunted. Like, it's not even funny.
Yeah, I
And
think
the
what
forest.
So,
didn't Expedition X do an investigation over there?
yeah,
Yeah, that place was pretty.
I'm getting the
creepy.
chills thinking about it.
I
Hi,
go there too. Yeah.
Is that your bucket list?
I mean, I want to go to all the cool places.
Absolutely.
The Lizzie Borden house, like Salem,
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Of course. I really don't know where exactly, but I really want to go to a castle and just like blend with the walls and see what they tell me.
Leap Castle, Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland, I feel that, but Germany's got a bunch of abandoned castles.
So
Just
many places.
I don't know, and
They
yeah,
have a cool castle, and it's like a hotel right now, I believe. It's like in Quebec. So it's like driving. You drive there.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I'm really fascinated with the UK. So,
Yep.
I had Emily Paranormal on last, couple days ago.
Mhm.
So, I mean, just, I tell her what she does is great. Like, she does a lot of history stuff. Just walks around. I mean, so that was like a crapshoot that I can get her on. I just emailed her because I always watch all of her videos, and she got right back. She's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah, she seems
Yeah.
really, really
We
cool.
love her
Yeah.
videos. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I mean, just when I think we talked like an hour, 40 minutes, and just talking, and she's unbelievable, and just a positive thinker, and
Mhm.
I don't know, it's hard to explain how she is. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would love to go out to the UK and just investigate all that stuff out there. And that's probably my dream, just to go out there and just investigate a whole bunch. Leap Castle has always been my favorite,
Mhm.
and Ireland. But again, Ireland, you drive to Leap Castle, then you're like 4 hours somewhere else to investigate somewhere else. UK, you step out the door and you can do 20 different things there. So,
Absolutely.
do you guys have any big plans coming up this year? I mean, we're wrapping up this year pretty quick, but next year?
You can talk about our plans.
So we do have at least 2 more public investigations with our public event that we do at Ridgewood Winery. So that's always a fun location. Like I said, it has ties to the Lenape Native Americans and the Underground Railroad. So there's a lot of rich history there that we enjoy. We're talking about in the spring doing a Gettysburg trip. We would like to get out to Gettysburg. And if we can later next year, we're talking about Shanley. So we have a few things in our sights, along with a few local places. We have a list of all the places in Pennsylvania. So we're just kind of picking them off the map and checking
Talk
them
about
out.
the mountain.
Yes, there's one nearby called Welsh Mountain that we want to check out. It's kind of like the trifecta of UFO, cryptid, and paranormal. There's been reports of all 3. So we're really interested in getting up there and kind of seeing if we get something.
It's like the Skinwalker Ranch of Pennsylvania, huh?
Yeah,
Right? They have all the things
For
there.
real.
I've always wanted to go to Skinwalker Ranch, but I guess there's a campground on there now you can stay.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'll have to check
in
that out.
Utah, right? I believe.
yeah, it's Utah. It's like cabin number 2 is like the real haunted one. I'm like, if I'm gonna go out there, I want to stay in cabin. I mean, it's
Right. We're
falling
gonna stay in the
apart,
most haunted one.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna drive all the way out there, let's do this. But
Yep.
no, I mean, no, that's cool. Like, it's so hard because there's so many paranormal places now that I'm always like, oh, I want to do this. No, I want to do this. No, I want to do this. And luckily, like you're talking about collabing with groups, they're like, hey, let's go here. I'm like, okay, you made my mind up. I'm going with you. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're totally open to like other groups if they want to go and do a location. We'd totally be up for that. So
Want to do
Yes.
Hillview Manor at some point.
yeah, because a lot of these places, like it's pretty pricey, right? So it's cheaper to get like a big group and then split the cost and rent out the whole place. So we're totally up for that.
So I am planning next year sometime. I wait till my vacation book comes out. I want to see if we can get Trans-Allegheny for a
Nice.
private investigation. I mean, it's still a little pricey.
Mhm.
If you got, it doesn't matter. You have to have minimal 10 people. But I think it'll be worth it. I've been there twice. It's an unbelievable place. But I think 10 people could not cover that place in 8 hours, 9 hours. I mean, it's 9 acres of flooring.
Wow.
Huge building.
So,
Yeah.
so I don't think my group was too happy with me because I'm like, there's 4 floors, and you walk up the middle, and there's wings on both sides.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's 8 solos right there. Like, you can just do 8
Yeah.
solos. And a lot of my group doesn't like doing solos, a few of them, but
Can you have more than 10 people go?
Yeah.
Or is that the
yeah,
limit?
it's just a
Okay.
minimal. They just want minimal of 10. So
Okay.
I think 15 to 20 will probably, I'd have to cut it like 18 or 20 because then you're just getting into too much people.
Well, that's like Penhurst.
Absolutely.
I was worried when I went because I don't mind paying the price to even do like the private ones where they do paranormal investigations open to the public. I was worried about like sound contamination and all that, but they do a really good job splitting you off into groups and you are like nowhere near anyone else.
And that's,
The money that you pay to go, they're trying to restore the buildings. So
Yeah.
But that place is massive. You don't realize how spread out it is and how humongous. Like each building is humongous. So
Yeah.
having 10 people doing a private investigation there, I feel like you would need more people. So
Yeah,
Yeah, but
you don't get very far in Penhurst with 10 people.
no.
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
very familiar with
I
Penhurst because
mean,
you go
you could
there.
probably
Paragon.
spend that in one, one building, 10 people.
yeah, you don't want to be rushing through it. I mean, Trans Allegheny does a very good job. I said it's 4 floors. They do 10 people per floor.
Mm.
So you have 2 wings, and like you walk down this long hallway, and there's a door, and you think you're at the end. No, there's another long hallway attached to that. So
Mhm.
they do a very good job splitting up. I did Ohio Reformatory years ago, and they just jammed way too many people in there. And it's a prison. I mean, it's like a huge block prison. So
Everything echoes. Yeah.
everything echoes, everything's open. So cool place to go to. I mean, everybody wants to go there because the Shawshank Redemption was filmed there. But I mean, we saw some of that. But I mean, no, it was a cool place. But I don't think I'd go back there to do investigation unless they've changed it and limited people. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but yeah, if I do Trans Allegheny, I'll give you guys a shout and
Nice.
see if you guys want to do that.
Yeah.
We
Again,
appreciate
if you had 10 people and went there and just bought the tickets, I think you'd still have a pretty good time because you can get your 10 just on each floor,
Yeah.
then
absolutely.
move up and down. I think they give you like 3 hours each floor, something like that, 2.5, 3 hours
Wow.
each floor. So,
Great.
Yeah.
Amount of time.
they do a very good job. Again, they're restoring it to all these places. That's why they do paranormal,
Yeah.
to restore. Old Hospital on College Hill is another one.
Mhm.
That's getting newer now with the paranormal. And I think they're coming on Sunday. The owners are. Yeah, they're coming on Sunday to the podcast.
Mhm.
Nice.
Cool.
We'll have
check
to
it out.
watch.
Yeah, they
We'll be like, hey, Ryan, we're coming to Ohio. Where do we go?
well,
Wanna
they're,
come
West,
with
they're in
us?
West Virginia, but it's just an old hospital
Cool.
that's run down an old coal mine town. And they bought the hospital, the nurses' college next to it. I mean, they were born there, but I don't really see a reason. I'm going to ask them the reason because that town's going to be nothing. I mean, it's an old coal mine town, West Virginia, but they're connected to it, and it's pretty cool. I mean, but
I
they're
want to
going.
investigate the penitentiary in West Virginia.
Oh yeah, which one is that? West Virginia Penitentiary, right?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
yep.
something like
Supposed to be
that.
pretty haunted.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of West Virginia stuff down there. It's pretty cool. So
Have you ever heard of, speaking of haunted hospitals, have you ever heard of Old South Pittsburgh, Tennessee Hospital?
I was just
I
looking that
stayed
up
there
today.
for 3 nights. It's very active, very interesting place. I kept feeling something touch me when I was trying to go to bed, and I was like, because you're literally sleeping in a patient's room, like
Yeah,
on like an air mattress or whatever you bring to sleep on. And I'm like, can you stop touching me so I can go to sleep now? It's like, but I got an EVP there within 5 minutes of being there. I started my recorder and I asked the guy that works there, I said, do you have a cigarette that I can borrow as a trigger object? And right before, or no, I said, does anyone here smoke, to the guy because I wanted to borrow a cigarette. And right before you hear him say, no, I only use the vape now, you hear, I do, into my recorder. It was pretty cool. So,
yeah.
pretty
What's up, Mark? Mark Ferry just jumped on. So
Hey, Mark. Bye.
my brother's telling me to click something here.
Julie has had some really
What's
interesting
my bio intro?
What happened? I didn't hear what you said.
No, my brother's texting me to tell me to fix something. I don't know what.
Oh,
No.
Julie does mediumship Zooms, and she's had some very interesting things happen while on video. So,
Yes.
want to share that a little bit?
Yeah. I do trans mediumship, and I'm doing it with people all over the world. I actually don't really know any mediums in person. So I often get physical manifestations in trance, like I'll hear footsteps on my roof, in my room, stuff like that. But what's interesting is we've caught on video when we're not trancing and we're just kind of talking about getting ready to trance. I think specifically where we're talking about demons and aliens on the occasions that we caught it on film, but we got a burst of light behind me, like it's about maybe the size of a grapefruit. Like it just opens up and closes.
It looks like a portal or something weird.
Yeah.
And you
I
can
know it's
literally watch
happening.
it forming behind her. It's
Yeah.
wild.
And I can't see it and I don't sense it. Right. So it's happened 5 times that I know of, but we caught it on film on video 3 times. And then we actually scheduled to meet again to try to make it happen. Like that's kind of my thing. Like, okay, if it's happening, I want to control it or invite it or whatever you want to think of so that I know it's happening. And we went to trance and we also caught this on video. That
It's like a
just
block.
as we go down to trance, a voice that I heard an inhale in my ear and I look, but then I just went into trance with everybody else and that's what was recorded. But when they looked at the video after the fact, it says across the bottom, it says, "We're learning." And you hear a voice say on the video, "We're learning."
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very weird. But that was like with that light anomaly, whatever you want to call it, a portal.
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
Apparently you're learning.
I think they were learning.
Learning.
I think they were learning. I'm not sure. I think it's a two-way street here. We're trying to figure out how to meet in the middle. I'm not sure.
It's really cool.
It's very strange. But
We're going to try to find a way to like trim that down because it's a very long recording and then see if we can just post where that happens
The
behind
clips.
her because it's really, really neat.
And it
So,
happened more than once, right, Julie?
no, it happened 5 times. Yeah, we have it
5
on video 3 times, which
Mhm.
was spliced together into a longer video so that
Mhm.
you can see like the difference. It's twice on one side and once on the other side. But and once it happened during a Zoom meeting with like 40 other people, and I emailed those people, the person administering, but they didn't record the gallery view. They only recorded the speaker view, and I was just like, oh my gosh, now I have to like find a way to record from my end because that was the only time I ever saw it without someone saying, "Hey, that's that."
yeah, I remember the video
Yeah.
you sent me. Everyone's like, what is that behind her? And they're all like, and you're like looking behind you, like, what
Like,
are
I
they
don't
looking
know.
at? It was funny.
Just another day of weirdness here.
Yeah. So. No, I had to fix something on the intro, whatever. Thanks,
Oh.
thanks, Derek, for catching my fast
Good
typing.
job, Derek. Good job.
Because I think I was doing this at work. I was just trying to type it real fast. So whatever. It works.
It's a lot of work that goes into it. So I give you props.
Absolutely.
No, it's the podcasts aren't too bad. I mean, they're not hard. I mean,
And you get to
whatever.
talk with people. Clearly,
I
you
get
like
to talk.
talking to people, or you wouldn't do it, right? So.
Actually, I don't like talking to people.
Oh, you don't like talking to people?
I don't mind talking to people. It's weird. I hate being on camera, and I'm not because I talk to people at work all day. So it's kind of. But with this, I kind of get to meet new people and new groups, and I mean, the great thing about doing this is I find new places too, and collabing with people. So
Yeah, I think it's super cool and it's a great idea. So
yeah. So anything you guys want to talk about? Like I said, this is unscripted. So
Oh my.
come on.
putting us on the
About
spot
something.
here.
I know.
That's what I do.
So paranormal investigators don't get scared very often. I don't get scared very often. Usually when something happens to me, I want to investigate it more. The only 2 times where I was startled was when something in Penhurst flew up my head like a shadow figure. I was doing the Estes, however you want to say it, method. And I'm sitting there and there was no seats in there. So I'm literally sitting on like a painter's bucket in Penhurst, like in the dark. And I'm telling him the words that are coming and blah, blah, blah. And then I open my eyes and something flew right at me. And I'm not going to cuss, but I said, what the, what? And I was like, what the heck was that? And my friend that was there with me, she's like, I saw something like fly through here or whatever. And Julie's even said that they've seen stuff there.
You do see it. You do
So
see
other
it.
people have seen it that I've never even met before.
Yes.
The other incident, I was at my mom's house. She doesn't live there anymore. Some I don't know. I've never had sleep paralysis. I don't believe that. It's never happened to me any other time ever in my life. And I'm laying there and I had like just woken up. Something was holding me on the bed. I could not move. I could not speak. I could not do anything except envision it getting the you know what off me and just telling it in my mind to get the you know what off me. So that was freaky because I had no control and I couldn't do anything but just lay there. So it's real. And I watched some of your podcasts and people talk about demons and this and that. I don't believe that it was a demon. I believe it was probably the guy that took his own life in her roommate. I believe he just is not happy and he's stuck there and he wanted to get my attention. And so that was his way of trying to do
Yeah.
that.
But I mean, you watch some of my podcasts, and pretty much everybody is kind of the same. Like, demonic is, I think, less than like 0.1%.
Right.
Agreed.
I believe that it exists, but it is,
Yeah.
I feel like, very rare. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare. I mean, people think just because they're mean, they're demonic, and it's
Right.
not. They're just mean. So
If you're a jerk in real life, you're a jerk when you pass away, probably. So
that's
Yes.
what I would say.
And
There's assholes in real life.
Also, like at Penhurst, a lot of the children, they were mute, and
Right.
their teeth were removed, and they had no way of communicating. So they are very likely to, overreact or so sometimes they may touch you and it feels like a shove, but it's once you start communication with them, it's not angry.
Right. And you have to think about how like mistreated they were, right? So they're probably really excited for people to come in and want to actually like spend time with them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So Alicia had a question, but she gave me her pronunciation of her name. I read it again because I would have messed it up. Puzen Chera.
That's her maiden name, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, but then she put LOL after, and I was going to put that all together. I was like, Puzen Chera Lal. But
It's
no,
Italian.
So, she's asked, so for any of you, what experience was the most memorable for all of you?
I had an experience at St. Peter's. I've had my most profound physical experiences at that location as an adult. My husband and I went to stay up in the stone room, which is one of the like 6 rooms that they have that you can rent. And there's like a closet in between our room and another room that opens up to one of the other rooms. I go around the side of the bed and I go to sit my bag down for the evening. And I stand up and I turn around, and all of a sudden on my left, I feel a whoosh of air go by me. Like there's no air, there's no fans. It's a very old building. I feel it stop, slow down, turn and look at me. I can feel that it's female in nature. And then it turns and just shoots off into the wall, which leads out into a creek, drop down like 30 feet. So that one got me a little bit. That one was interesting.
What about you, Julie?
Oh
Most
God,
memorable.
I'm having a really hard time deciding.
I'll tell mine. I have 2, and both of them are when I physically heard something with my own ears. The first time we were it's called 96 South Carolina. It's a battlefield. And we're walking through there. It had just closed for the day. It was like 5 p.m. and everyone left. So it was just me and my 2 other friends. We're walking through the battlefield. And all of a sudden we all heard, it wasn't loud. It was like, and it was a stagnant, sticky southern summer day, right? There was no wind, but somehow like a slight breeze blew by us. and blew the sound of like battle drums into our ears. It's really hard to explain unless you experience it, but all at the same exact time, we all looked at each other. We're like, "Did you hear that?" And one of my friends didn't even really believe. Like, she was a huge skeptic. Um, the other really cool, memorable experience was when I was at my great aunt's house in Missouri, and my other aunt had passed away in the house, and they were older. And anyway, when we first got there, it's weird. Like, you walk in, there's guest quarters because there's more than one bed in there, and then you walk past there's another door back there, and that's where my aunt that passed away, all of her like crafting and knitting and stuff was back there, and she would hang out back there. It was freezing in there.
Yeah.
Which could be because they didn't have any air or anything in there, but this was during the summer, so I don't think that really makes sense. I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, remember when my brother's name is Jonathan. Jonathan and I would only jump on the beds when we traveled in hotels. And I'm looking right at her so I can see her lips. I can see her face. And you hear clear as day, both of us heard it. It's like someone was standing there and you just hear, yeah, right. Like someone said it, like normal volume. It wasn't a whisper. It was wild. And I'm looking at her and I didn't want to make a big deal because my daughter at the time was younger and I didn't want her to get scared.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, right, Mom. I'm like, you didn't say that, did you? And she's like, no. Like, so after that, I was like, I don't know if this is Aunt Patsy, but can you please not do that anymore? Because I don't want my daughter to hear you and like get scared. And then nothing else happened. But I feel like physically hearing it is so cool. Like, getting it on recording is a plus because then you have evidence. But
Yeah.
hearing it like plain as day is so wild when you do. You're like, what? Did I just really hear that? Like you kind of just try to like explain it, but you can't. It's pretty cool. What about you, Julie? You have a
Okay, so I have
experience?
a story of investigation. I was actually, this happened at my mother's house. And you go down a hallway and you pass one door that if you step on the correct board, the door will pop open, right? And then
Yeah.
there's a bedroom at the end. And I was staying in that bedroom, and it's the guest bedroom, and my daughter was staying with me. And we were noticing, we were there for several days. So we were noticing that as we went back and forth to the bathroom, passing that door, the door would be open and then closed, right? So I know if I pop the door open, it's staying open. No one's closing it, right? So I
Mhm.
said to my daughter, "Hey, did you notice that?" And she's like, "Yeah." And that's really, she doesn't want to talk about it. That's what that means. So I I was just curious, So I then was thinking about it kind of a lot, and I had a dream. And in the dream, I heard the words, "I see you," right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see you." So I remember that. I went downstairs, and I don't know, we were doing a puzzle or watching TV or something, and I could feel something. And this is going to sound really strange, but if you've investigated, you've probably had other like thoughts that are not your own. But it was
Yeah.
a physical feeling, right? So I'm thinking like a Vulcan mind meld or something is what it might have felt like. I don't know. It was a physical feeling, like like someone's hand or someone's head was inside my head, right?
Huh.
Not specific
Wow.
thoughts, right? And I just got so like, oh, like I don't even know what to do with this. So I dug down into all, because I do get scared, okay? I dug down into like all the confidence I could muster, and I went upstairs and I smashed that door open and I yelled, "I see you." And there was
Nice.
a bright green light flashed, and it was like a jagged line, and the line became the creature's spine, like profile, like this.
Huh. That's crazy.
And he was, I'm saying it's a he, I don't know, um, like a little below eye level with me. so maybe like 4 and some inches feet, and looked right at me, and then he just like faded back, and that was I don't know what it was, honestly. I think I've narrowed it down to a being that is sometimes around coal mines. Goblin. Is it a goblin? I've seen a video that someone caught on their Ring camera that looks just like him,
Okay.
but
Wow.
I don't know. I think they call him a goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I
So
think
don't always open the door.
my most memorable, I mean, I've seen a full body apparition when I was younger, I think 6th, 7th grade, but my most memorable is Trans-Allegheny. And I always tell the story. When I do Trans-Allegheny, I don't go to the hot spots. I kind of just sit in the hallway and listen. And that's what me and my 2 friends were doing. I mean, they were across from me. I'm sitting there. And we kept hearing stuff at the end of the hallway. It was probably like, I don't know, 20 feet then was. We kept hearing stuff. We kept looking. Then I looked over and this gray shadow came out of this room. I mean, it was full gray. But you can tell it was like a man, like took 2 steps, turned, looked at me, like acknowledged me, then walked into the room across the hall. And that was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, my stomach tensed up. And I'm like, what the, you know? So it's that fight or flight, you know?
You know what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
That's what you're there for. Yeah.
I got up and I like, you take that step back and you're like, no, I gotta go. I'm getting this thing. So I walk over and I don't have a flashlight on. I just walk over. And I'm like, I'm a man. I'm gonna walk in this room without a flashlight. I could not break that barrier, that threshold. I tried with all my might, just felt like something was pushing me back.
Yeah.
So my buddy Ashley was there and they didn't see it because they were on the other side and there's some doors open. So I'm like, dude, walk in this room. And he grabbed his flashlight. I'm like, no, without a flashlight. And he's like, really? I'm like, just do it. He could not go in there either. He said it felt like something was pushing him out.
Oh, wow.
So I turned my flashlight on and walked right in that room, no problem. Like it was,
The light. There's
Wow.
some kind of connection with light and dark and entities.
I mean, that's probably my most profound that I always remember. I think because of the feeling, like my whole body tensed up, and I was like, "Oh man, like what's going on here?" But then we were walking in a hallway one time. You're talking about feeling something. Me and Ashley were walking. We saw this black shadow come at us. It hit us. It was a bat, though, so not really.
I had a bat
The
fly at me
animals,
out of
yeah.
a mausoleum, and that scared the you know what out of me. I'm more afraid of people and animals than I am of paranormal things. Like,
That one was funny because the old fluorescent lights, how they're like
oh
shaped
yeah,
like
it
a
was
bat.
hilarious. The
Yep.
thing flew at me. I almost had a heart attack. Like,
So we were
The
walking.
thing at Penhurst will make itself look like a bat.
Yeah,
I don't
we were
know. I
walking.
saw kind of like the only thing I can describe it is like those Halloween decorations, the black ones that float
Yeah.
around in the
Yeah.
tree. That's what it reminded me of. Only it flew right at me, and it was like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we were walking, and they had the old fluorescent lights where they're kind of shaped like a bat at the end of them. And we were looking at it. I'm like, "Is that a bat?" And we got closer. I'm like, "No, that's the light." Both of us, wings right across our face, and right between us. We both got hit by its wings. I'm like, "Nope, that was a bat. My bad."
That's wild.
Yep.
But no, it was funny though at that time.
Oh yeah, I laughed so hard when that bat flew at me. It scared the you know what out of me, but
Yeah,
Keeps things interesting.
it does.
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if you do this. I like to play some games, I guess. Not really games, but we're at Trans-Allegheny. I was all the way down the hallway. My buddy Bird was in the nurses station. Like they had bedrooms there for nurses and doctors, and we were 100 yards down the hallway. I'm like, "Hey, go mess with Bird. Go whisper in his ear. Sweet nothings." And we're just walking back, and so we finally get up the ramp and over, and Bird's standing in the doorway of the bedroom, like not knowing what's going on. He's just looking around. And then he walks back and walks back to us. I'm like, what? He's like, dude, something just blew my ear like 30 seconds ago.
We need to do that at
We
St.
do.
Peter's
We do need
because
to.
those spirits are very like concerned with who's there and what's happening.
Yes.
I've seen
Yeah.
shadow figures there too. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on.
And
there.
one whistled right in my ear, so that would be interesting to see if we could get him to like do things on like
Oh.
command.
Different
Yeah,
areas.
at Penhurst in the visiting room, we played Duck Duck Goose with them.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
idea.
Yeah,
Because a lot of them were kids.
yeah,
they
man.
were children. Yeah, we played Duck
Mhm.
Duck Goose.
No, I mean, you gotta find different stuff. I mean, I always do that to everybody. I don't tell them I'm doing it.
Mhm.
When something does happen, they usually come to me like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I don't know what I do." So,
Tried something.
Yeah, and you know, every place is different, right? You can't go into it like the same style of investigating because it won't work. But
No.
I always tell most people like the way I go into investigating normally is we just hanging out and having a conversation, maybe about the history of the area that we're in or just talking about other things. And normally that's when we get EVPs. Normally, if you just sit there and you ask yes or no questions, you're not going to get anything. So,
you brought that up because that's the way I've been doing it the last like year. And
Mhm.
when I tell my group like we're doing an EVP session or even REM pod, like stop asking questions because you listen to some of these groups and it's like they're talking to 5-year-olds. So I'm
Right.
like, why don't we just talk about how would it be to live in this time area? Like, during a civil war, what would you be doing? And it's when you get most of your stuff when you're just having conversations with yourself.
yeah.
Because no, that's pretty cool that you do the same thing.
The EVP we got in St. Peter's, there were like younger kids driving through because we were up on this like higher up road where you could see into like the lower road where the inn is. And there's a parking area right there. Well, these kids kept like, it's like they were up to mischief, right? We've all been
Racing
kids,
up and down the
younger.
road.
Yeah, they were going through there really fast and then they would park and then they would leave and then they would come back. And so in the EVP you hear, is that what they're up to? Bad stuff? And you hear, no, like really loud. Like, and they were with the app. And I was very skeptical of using an app at first too, but a lot of the time we do get a lot of answers that go along with what we're talking about. So it
Yeah.
is interesting. I wouldn't say is it concrete evidence? No, but it is interesting. But anyway, it kept talking about what was happening, right? The employees were leaving, and then what did it say
It got mad about them leaving. Like it was like she's leaving, don't leave. And
on
like,
the app?
yeah.
So it was like it's weird that it was like so right on to what was happening, right? And then I was using my dowsing rods and they're just very active there and they're very like aware of the people and what's happening around them. So it's interesting. We should definitely play some games next time.
Yeah. Well, and at that property, there was a quarry on it, so you have that aspect of it, and then it has French
Civil
Creek
War.
going through it, so there's water going through
Water.
it. There's a lot of conduits at that place that kind of, draw up the activity.
That's cool. Like you said, apps and so I think apps and sensitives are always a good starting point to an investigation. So you get that feeling, it's a good starting point to investigate. You use an app and it's a good starting point.
Right.
Like, it's hard to, is AI involved in all this stuff now?
And that's the
Probably.
thing.
Yes.
With a grain of salt with what we're doing.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you can't use it like as a
Right.
starting point. Now, if you
Right.
get something on the app, then you break out your recorder and get kind of the same answers. Okay, that's a little
Yeah,
freaky.
'cause I said there's something touching me, and then the app said it's obvious, right? It was just funny. Like whoever was talking to us had a really funny personality, like
Okay.
sense of humor. So it
That's
was
what most people forget. Spirits were people. I mean, they have a sense of humor too. And I always tell my friends that because they're like, "Why do you do this?" And everything's dark. I'm like, dude, when I pass, I'm gonna mess with you guys so bad. Like,
yes,
it's
exactly.
it's game on. Like,
Absolutely.
it's funny. So, like
Well,
my one friend can't go to the bathroom if someone's staying next to him. So
Oh,
I
boy.
told him,
A bathroom. We
I'm
talk.
like, yeah, the one. So
What are you talking about?
yeah, so
So
I'm like, when I pass away, just remember, I'm always standing behind you. And he was like, dude, you can't do that to me. So
The bathroom ghost.
so when we're out investigating, sometimes we're like
Oh, gee.
30 minutes from a bathroom, right? So like when we were like over by a river, there's no one over there, and I'm like, you guys, I really have to go to the bathroom. Sorry. Like we had been out there for like 5 hours at that point, and I, mom bladder, I've had twins, like it's a thing. So you know, and then so the next time we went investigating, Christine had to go to the bathroom. And so we were out on this country road. There was no one out there. And I was just messing around, right? I had my dowsing rods and I'm like, is there a spirit here watching Christine go to the bathroom? And it crossed and then it went straight in. It was hilarious. Like funniest experience ever. Like it was hilarious. We were cracking up. It was hysterical. So
I mean,
you can't be afraid to go to the bathroom like with other people around when you're investigating, because if
When
you're
you're
out in the middle of
outdoors.
nowhere, what are you going to do, right? Like it's
Yeah.
a whole thing. There's not always a bathroom. Like it's a thing.
we
So.
adapt.
And no spaces are off limit to spirit. I think we think that when
Right.
we go in to investigate, like we think, oh, this is my little safe place. It's not. That's where they all are. They want to know what we're doing too. So-
Yep.
Absolutely.
yeah, well, everybody has like, oh, this is our safe spot. Like, no, because we've done
No.
investigations in the safe spot before and got some good EVPs.
Yes, yes, we
I
got
think some
awesome
people
stuff.
just have to think that that's the safe spot just to make themselves like feel better
So,
and
yeah,
be okay,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
no, that's cool though. I mean, so solos, do you guys do solos or?
We haven't as a group yet. I have done some solo work on my own before coming into
Okay.
this group. I had tried to start another group at one point, and the woman lived over an hour away, so I did a lot of stuff, mostly cemeteries and wherever I could get in on my own. I can't really say whether I get more evidence on my own or with other people. I think it just kind of depends on the session.
Yeah, it
My
depends on
thing
the
is
place.
a safety
Absolutely.
concern. I don't think we could do a solo at like a location where we all like
Yeah.
in a different room, but I don't trust people. I trust spirits more than I trust people, right? So I don't feel like us going to like a private location with someone we don't know is safe by ourselves. You know what I mean?
No,
So not that we're weak, but especially as like all women group, like I just don't feel like it's really a good idea to go like
I'm kind
solo.
of, yeah, I'm kind of like talking like if you're doing like, I guess Shanley Hotel, we'll just say Shanley. I don't really know the place,
Yeah.
but I know Gentleman's Part has 5 bedrooms up there. If everybody was downstairs
Just
and
to see
someone,
what you get.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
what I mean, you guys are fine just going like one person up there and investigate for an hour,
Yeah.
whatever
Sure.
it is. A
Yeah.
lot of people are scared to be alone. I mean,
yeah.
I think that we work pretty well together as a team. I mean, I trust Julie and Kristen. So like I know if I was screaming down the hall that they would come
Oh,
running
I'd come
kind of thing.
running. Oh yeah.
But I haven't had any instances yet where I feel like that's been warranted. So I guess it's just kind of a wait and see as we have more experience.
I mean, I think they're important. I always tell people that because the places we investigate, hospitals, asylums, is usually a patient and a nurse, or a patient and a doctor. So that's what they're used to. Now you get 12 people walking in that room.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be like, "What's going on?" They're going to cow her away.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, no, that's definitely something I'm open to doing more as we do more larger
Yeah.
locations.
By ourselves. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm open to it.
no,
It's funny,
that's cool.
the dark tunnel at Penhurst. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's dark in here. It's scary." And I was there with like my two friends that we used to be in a group in South Carolina. They were visiting. And so we're in there and we didn't get anything. Like it was boring. It was just dark, So we told the spirits, we're like, if there's any spirits in here, can you like do something to the next group?
Mm.
So our turn was up. We stayed in there for like 10 minutes or whatever. And they went in there and they're like, oh my God, like all this stuff happened. And we just started laughing because we thought it was hilarious. But
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one girl, Sarah. We call her Scare Sarah, Air Sarah, Scream Sarah, Running Down the Hallway Sarah, whatever. She has a lot of nicknames. But she's a trooper. She goes in there, but yeah, every time
I'm
something
surprised that
happens,
she wants to investigate. That's impressive.
yeah, I mean she's getting better. But yeah, I'm always like, hey, go touch Sarah, go do this, and I'll say it loud enough where she hears me, and I hear some bad words coming my way after that. she's
It keeps it interesting when it gets boring.
but she's actually a really good investigator when she gets into it and not scared, because she
Yeah.
brings in, being a female into a lot of these places, because as a female group, we talk about this a lot, that the places we investigate were male dominant places.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like Madison Seminary, a lot of bad stuff happened at Attic with the doctor to the female patients. There's a woman's psych ward on the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
And when the females go up there, especially one or two of them, stuff does happen, like scratches and growls. And when I go up there, not much. I mean, it's just the way it is. And I'm a little more agitated, I guess you want to say, when I go up there. I call them out a little more because I know the history.
Right.
But we're going there soon. I'm going there soon with RC Paranormal. I got some fun stuff planned for us to try to get some answers. So I can't wait to do that. They don't know what's going on yet. So
That's
definitely
kind of
want-
like at Ridgewood. They have a gentleman's quarters where women were not allowed, even like the slaves that work there were not allowed in there.
The B word comes out.
And they had a lot of political figures in there. It was very
Mhm.
secretive, like gentlemen's quarters, right? So I like to hang out in there on purpose to get evidence. So
yeah,
And I
that's
had
cool.
an interesting experience. My husband took me to Gettysburg for my birthday back in March, and we did a private investigation with one of the groups there, like one of the overnight haunts or whatever. And we were with another couple, and we ended up going to the Deb Harmon house, the murder house in Gettysburg. And as soon as we walked in, the wife of the other gentleman and myself just felt this pressure in our chest. All of a sudden, we're like, "What's going on?" And the investigator that was with us was like, all right, let's get into the door and I'll explain what's happening. He said, you guys both just stood over where she was shot and killed. And we both had that profound feeling, like we got that heaviness in our chest. So I definitely think that sometimes gender plays a role into what experiences you get depending on where you're at.
I mean, everything does. Gender, race,
Absolutely.
age. I
Yep.
mean, you see like Ghost Brothers. I mean, some of the stuff they do, like going down to the plantations and stuff and going into the slave quarters, they
Mhm.
get some pretty good evidence down there. I mean, it takes a lot of courage. I mean,
Absolutely. It's a lot of trauma that you're dealing with, and you have to deal with it, respectfully and delicately.
yes. So I'm going to assume you guys don't call spirits out too much.
I called the spirit of at Ridgewood out, and
Okay, let me
Susie.
phrase that. I can see you calling out spirits. Okay.
and Julie was like, she's stomping her feet at you, and
Oh yeah. She did not want you to tell me her story.
he was mad. But I'm like, well, this is what happened. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you know the stories. I mean, I don't mind. I don't go into an investigation ever to provoke anything. I mean,
Right.
that's just
No.
raw.
I still did it respectfully, but I was like,
Yeah.
this is, what happened. So,
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
and really, I think that opened the door for her to tell her story eventually.
right.
Mhm.
It just had to unfold, right? But
Yeah.
Right.
Now we have a better understanding of each other, I think.
yes.
Do you want to tell kind of a basic overview of the story of Ridgewood, Julie? Just kind of the characters that are there a little bit?
Oh, sure. Well, the property itself is interesting because it was built around the Revolution. Was it built before the Revolution? Before the Revolution.
The older part was built
Yeah.
built in the 1700s, and then the
Yeah.
newer part is the 1800s.
The early 1800s. So,
Right.
but it's all one house now, right? Um, and it's very familiar to me because it's the age of the house that I grew up in that was very haunted. And the colonial architecture is very all intact. And there's a spring house in the front and a summer kitchen and stuff like that. So Suzanne is the woman of the house from the Victorian period. You know, she's kind of agitated. That's who Kristen was speaking of. Um, and she allegedly killed her husband. Um, the husband is there sporadically, right?
Jacob.
Jacob, I actually Jacob came to my house because Suzanne told him he's not allowed at that house. I told him he couldn't be at my house either. And then there's Mammy, who is a slave woman, who is during the Civil War. She was freed, but she did all the things in the house, right? She managed everything. She helped heal the children and the women. She gave us a lot of information about what happened to women and young women back then, and there was some human trafficking going on. She also had like a partner who I don't think he is her partner romantically or anything, but an African American male who was also a slave, and he between the two of them, they knew what really happened there, and they actually wrote it down.
Because they could write, and they didn't know it
Yeah,
was a secret.
they could speak 5 languages, and the owners didn't know that they could speak and write in other languages. So there's actually the current owner has information, and she knows about the things that wouldn't have been kept in the official books because the former slaves wrote them down, and they helped to rescue other slaves and pass them on. So those folk are always there. There's a man who shot someone out the window. Kristen, you know more about that. That was in the 70s or the
There was a
50s?
guy trying to rob. They had a like farm stand out on the corner, and it was like a pig farm at the time. And a guy came and tried to rob the person at the farm stand, and they shot and killed him. So, and he died right there
Yeah.
on the corner of the property. So,
Yes. And it's very close to, so it was Native American land. So there's that going on. It's very close to the river. It's also close to a highway intersection. So there are draws to other spirits or survivor, spirits who are misplaced, like accidents on the highway. Someone jumped off a railroad bridge.
and what's documented is Jacob was found holding a straight edge razor, like from back in the day
There's
when,
newspaper articles about that's how
Yes.
they
and
reported.
so they just, so because they were so well off, the coroner was normally like the priest or pastor or whatever, and she knew him, so he just said, oh well, he just cut himself and shaving, right? Like that's how he died. Like, how do you cut yourself all the way across with a straight edge razor? Like,
Paving. Yeah.
right.
Oh,
And where he was found is, there's a heavy feeling there. And like some people feel like their throat hurts and they have like a hard time breathing there. Julie, though, we went in deeper, like as we would go and visit, right? We've done this like probably like 10 times now, investigating there, maybe more. And as we went on, Julie connected more with Suzanne, and she kind of shared all the family knew what really happened. Do you want to share what came about that?
That Jacob was considerably older, and Suzanne really didn't want to ever get married, let alone married to him. It was more of a business transaction. And he, when he came to me, he smelled funny, like sweet. I believe he was sick, and I believe he was not acting normally. right? So he also liked to frequent the brothel and bring those ladies home, which Suzanne didn't like at all.
Obviously.
And so
Yeah.
there was an altercation, and it involves a younger man, I believe. I'm not sure if he is someone in the family or someone who was just defending Suzanne, but the actual encounter, like she took the blame for it, but she also knew she would be protected, but he was not acting normally.
And you think that that younger guy actually killed Jacob, right?
Yes,
That's what
yes.
happened. Yeah.
I believe that's what happened. And I believe it was a struggle. I don't believe he went in there killing him. I believe that um, Jacob was being inappropriate and, he came to Suzanne's defense.
Okay. I mean, that's why we do this, right? For stories.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
It's a very interesting place.
yeah,
So
sounds like it. All right. So we've been hour 25 minutes here.
woohoo.
So I always say I'm going to keep it around an hour. It never happens because I just like talking. So,
That's fine.
Don't we all,
yeah.
for the most part?
But you want to give a little shout out where people can follow you?
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
We do have a YouTube channel that we just started.
We have the Facebook right now, and we're also working on a Discord that will be coming soon.
But follow us at Paranormal After Dark, Pennsylvania. And we're still working on getting a website up. We just started out in January, so we're a fairly new group, but that doesn't mean we're new to paranormal investigating.
Right.
So, yeah.
So is your YouTube still Paranormal After Dark, Pennsylvania? Then
It's Paranormal
After
After
Dark
Dark
PA, I believe.
PA, I think.
I believe so. I'm gonna have to
One
check
second.
here.
We're verifying that.
that's fine.
But this
Yeah.
is
Dark Pennsylvania on YouTube. Yep.
All right. So I'll look it up and I'll put a little something in the comments when I put this on YouTube, probably tomorrow. So
thanks.
We
Yay.
appreciate you.
Excellent. Thank you.
This has been fun. Thanks for having us.
yeah, thank you. And we'll get together and hopefully we do Trans Allegheny or
Yeah.
you guys are hit Penhurst
That
again.
would be awesome.
Gettysburg, whatever.
Gettysburg would be awesome. Also, where in Ohio are you?
Northeast.
In the east? There's the Greene County Poorhouse in southern Pennsylvania is really
Okay.
interesting. Right across the border from Morgantown, West Virginia, actually. That's very interesting and kind of undiscovered.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something between us, I mean, so I think you're about 6 hours away from me, 7. So
Yeah.
we
So
can find-
that would probably be like 3 for you or 2 even.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys-
But
I'm always up for new places. So
Yeah.
it's a cool place.
again, thanks for coming on. Glad I get to know you 3 a little bit more.
Yep.
And again, follow them on Facebook, YouTube, and check out all their stuff. They have some good stuff on Facebook. I watched a few of them today, trying to find out what's going on in Pennsylvania. Again, Ohio's more haunted. Sorry, but just joking.
That's fair.
No, we plan on doing a battle of the states one time if I can find enough paranormal groups that want to battle to see
That would be fun.
what's more haunted. So I haven't.
I drove all around South Carolina. There are so many haunted places there. It's like
A lot of
insane.
people say Texas. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see
Texas.
that too. The
Wow.
big.
Chainsaw Massacre was like a real
Yeah.
thing. It's a true story. Like it's not just a horror movie. So,
yeah. So
but
was
we
Shaw.
had the Amityville house in Pennsylvania. That's in Pennsylvania.
Well, we have one that it's similar to it. The Wells House in Wilkesboro. So we're gonna check that out at some point.
Yeah, I'll look some places up and
Yeah.
try to find some, so I
We're
might have.
We went to Witchcraft Road, which there's a lot of history there, but there was nowhere to pull over except when we found a spot for Christine to go potty. But there's like no like place to pull off there. It's just like this country road, and there's, and then we're not going to pull off on farmers' property because we don't want
Yeah.
to get chased off by a shotgun. So,
Yeah.
Respectful.
but there's a lot of like historical like stuff happened up there, like rituals and stuff like that. So it's interesting. There's a lot of crazy different history here with the Amish and the Dutch and all of that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got some Amish up here too. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but again, cut this out. Thank you again. We'll keep in touch. If you guys ever going to do another investigation or couple and you got some stuff you want to talk about, just drop me a line.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Come back on the show. I'll figure out this EVP stuff so we can start playing this stuff too. So,
Cool.
thanks again. I just end it. So that's all it is.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having
guys.
us.
Bye.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
Bye.
watching, everybody.
Nice
Bye.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.